third learning theory that we're going to be examining is observational learning. Observational learning is sometimes called vicarious learning or modeling, so it is, exactly what it sounds like. It is where we observe others' behavior and we adjust our own accordingly. So perhaps we're not sure how to act in a certain situation. We look to those around us, we see how they're acting, we see what sort of clothes they're wearing, we see what sort of food they're ordering, and we change our behavior to fit in or because we understand that it's the appropriate way to behave. This is really common in both high and low involvement situations. So we could use observational learning to influence us in terms of how we design our house or which car to buy, or it could also just influence us something very small and basic like what is our favorite can of soft drink or which candy bar we should choose. So in marketing, we see observational learning techniques applied a lot. It's the foundation of all image advertising. So if you open up any fashion magazine, you can see inside aspirational images of models who are young and glamorous and very, very fashionable. And so the idea is that the consumer who's reading the magazine will model their behavior on those individuals in the magazine. And the way that they would do that is to buy the brands that are being advertised. We also see this technique used in product placement, in branded entertainment. For example, in a Bond movie, you will see that the brands, heavily use, for example, the car that James Bond drives. Now that car, the brand of car, Aston Martin, I think in the latest one, would be paying to be in the movie because they know that the target audience, and in particular young, in particular men, they want to be like James Bond. So there's a greater likelihood that they would like Aston Martins because of this, and they might go on to actually buy the product. We see observational learning applied when we're using celebrity endorsements. That's what a celebrity endorsement is. That there's a hope that the target audience will observe the celebrity, learn from them, and then model their behavior on the celebrity themselves. The same principle applies with social media influencers, which are particularly prominent nowadays. So they're being paid to, or they're recommending brands and products. And the hope is, from the brand's perspective, that the people who are following the social media influencers will also copy their behavior and buy the brands and products that they're recommending. We also see it with seeding. So seeding is when we distribute the product into the target market in the hope that then it'll get picked up and other people in the target market will observe those people using it, and then they'll copy their behavior and also engage in buying that product. So this is very commonly used for sort of new products that are trying to get a foothold in the market, and they believe that once people start seeing others using it, they'll observe their behavior and also copy. So just a few examples to conclude this short video. Here we have Jennifer Lawrence at the Academy Awards, and one of my students in previous years spoke about how she modeled her wedding dress on the dress that Jennifer Lawrence wore to the Academy Awards. It's an example of modeling her behavior on a celebrity. We do this all the time. We have Omeri, the football player there, Amori, sorry, the football player. He's wearing Nikes. The guys see him wearing Nikes. They want to model their behavior on what he wears. Similarly, we have the Crown Prince of Dubai, and he often wears the skydive Dubai. He's a big fan of skydiving, and he wears the caps. And the caps become extremely popular throughout the country. We look up to, we model our leaders. So again, in Dubai, Sheikh Mohammed Al Maktoum, he drives a G-Class Mercedes. I think everyone knows that. And we see a lot of guys wanting to model their behavior on that, and this becomes a very desirable type of car to own because it is reflective of people we aspire to be, or not aspire to be, but we model our behavior on. And another example would be the product placement that you see in MasterChef. So I've got an image there of George Calombaris, who's constantly endorsing, a brand of butter or whatever it is that he's using to make those particular recipes in the show.